Hey guys, Bipolar Barbie here. Now, I just wanted to talk about a really important topic, and that is speaking in general about mental health issues, particularly to people that you care about. Now, I have chosen to speak openly and honestly about my mental health issues because I believe in being the change that you want to see in the world. I want people to not feel like they can't talk about their problems, that their problems are inferior to anyone else's problems. And worse still, I don't want people to feel like there isn't help available, because there definitely is help available for people out there. Now, this topic is particularly important to me, and the reason I want to speak about it today is because I had a conversation with my really good friend, who is like a member of our family basically now. He's sort of estranged from his own family, and his father died when he was quite young, so he's always been a part of our family, friends with me and my sister all the way from back in high school, and you know, he's just as good friends with my dad as he is with the rest of us. Knowing that anyone I care about is struggling absolutely breaks my heart. And I can see when people are struggling. Like, I can see it in their eyes. I hear it in the way that they talk, even if they're not specifically talking about their problems. And when I notice these things about someone, I make a point to kind of question, to try and show that I really care. And I think it's easy to feel like no one cares about you. It really is. And I don't think people understand that their actions and the way that they treat people, or the small things that they do, can be quite triggering for some people, particularly if they're already in a depressed or that kind of mindset. It really breaks my heart to see someone that I care so much about not only depressed, but suffering such low self-worth issues that they don't even think they're worth helping. It's not necessarily they don't think that help is available. They're not getting help because they don't think they deserve help. They just feel like they're such a shit person. And I can see the ways that they would feel that way by the upbringing that they've had, by the way that people have really treated them in the past. And it's that triggering now for them, as it has been for me in the past. Something very, very simple as, for example, being kicked out of a pub, and I didn't know about it, but the people that they were there with didn't go outside to see if they were okay, didn't leave with them, didn't try and help them, I guess, get home for about an hour. And for them, that basically portrayed this message that no one cares about me, that these people that they care about so much aren't there for them when they really need it. To make things worse, when they came home, we were out chatting, having this really enlightening conversation, and when they went to go back inside, the door was locked. My sister had locked the door. Now, to them, that just reinforced this intense feeling of rejection. It reinforced everything in their mind, even though that was completely not the intention. That was unintentional. It was just a complete misunderstanding, and there was another door that they could have gone through. But in that moment, in this person's mind space, to them, that was like the last straw. And I can understand that. And I think because I have the ability to explain things, because I have the insight and I have the capability to sort of see these things like a little fly on the wall, I was then able to really communicate that to the rest of the people involved. And I'm really proud of them on the way that they listened to me, the way that they actually understood, and they took the time and they accepted of that. I mean, there's not necessarily much that we can do, but we have sort of made a pact within all of us to just be conscious of that, be conscious of this person's mind state, and really just be aware of the way that we interact, and unfortunately the way that that might be interpreted as someone in such a fragile mind state. So I am really proud of kind of everyone else who is going to make a conscious effort, because I think that's great. And I think trying to accommodate other people rather than invalidating them, rather than simply saying, you're an idiot, you know, that's not what we meant to do. Like, why would you think that, you know? No one has a right to tell someone else their thoughts and feelings don't matter. And I think we all just need to be really mindful of the way that we interact with people, and the way that sometimes that can give an unintentional message. So aside from reaching out, it's really about listening to these issues. And I think educating yourself and educating others, if you're, for example, like me, and you can see these things happening and you understand enough about psychology to sort of see those underlying needs, and be able to communicate them to other people. And then if someone is trying to communicate this to you, to be very accepting, to be very tolerant, because I would do anything for someone that I care about. And if you're not willing to change the little things, whether or not you think they're a big deal, if they're a big deal to someone else, then, it's really important to try and accommodate that and be understanding and be really respectful. It really breaks my heart to see my friend in this way. And I think last night was really enlightening for a bunch of different reasons, not just on that kind of all the stuff I've been talking about in my other videos on psychological abuse, psychological trauma, where it's really often what is not said. It's people's actions that they accidentally kind of create these feelings in people that sort of trigger maybe underlying issues with, them not being able to value themselves, interact with people, because you might not realize that the things that you do or the things that you're not doing translate into something completely different in their mind. And that doesn't mean that they're wrong. It just means that, they're different, and they probably don't need, they don't need to be criticized for that. They need patience, they need understanding, and if someone's in that mindset, please listen. Please listen to what they have to say. Don't be judgmental. Don't give what you would call helpful advice. Just shut up and listen and be there for them. Thanks for watching my video. Here's some links to what I've been talking about with the psychological abuse and how to interact with the people in your life. So, thanks.